Welcome to Community Cocktails with Kimberly, hosted by Kimberly Woodard, a realtor for nearly 20 years with Ebby Halliday Realtors. Join her every first and third Wednesday of the month as she meets with the top community influencers to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now, your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Welcome, viewers, to this episode of Community Cocktails with Kimberly. I am so excited about this episode because we're going to have such a great time learning so many things. Well, August is here. I know it's hard to believe. Vacation's over and it is time to get back to school and into those routines. So today I have Greg McCoy. He is personal trainer and owner of Hidden Gym in Allen. Welcome.
Thank you, Kimberly. So nice to be here.
Nice to see you. Well, I know myself, it's been vacation time. Slacking, everyone likes to indulge over the vacation time. And then August hits and it is like back to school. And even if you don't have kids, it's a routine. I feel like everything you get back into meetings and things like that because everyone's been gone. And eating is sometimes, on the run. So let's talk about some routines and how important food is to fueling your body.
Yeah, no, it's such an interesting time. Similar to December, we're busy with the holidays. Right. July, because we work with clients around the world, and everybody is in a different pace in July, and there's different things going on. And anytime you've got disruption, it can lead to opportunities to go off the plan, or you're out of your structure, which structures are very good to rely on, especially for healthy habits. So, when people shift into August, and we see it as a gym owner, it's a unique perspective, right? Like we've owned gyms for 13 years and you see the clients that get results and those that don't. And, check-ins go down in July and come back up in August. So everyone's kind of in that groove. But it's a good topic, and I hope that you guys get something out of today, and you can take home some tips to really hit August strong.
Yes, definitely. So let's talk about eating. We've talked about, you and I, about how food is important and it's fuel for your body and it's productivity. So your kids are going back to school; they are needing to be productive. Yourself, you need to be productive in all your, whether you work or just running a household, you've got to be productive. So let's talk about that because it's so easy for us to go through that drive-through. I mean, I'm guilty, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, sure. No, it's the dieting aspect. I don't even like to use the word dieting, but the way that you eat is your diet. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily always have to be so restrictive, but it is going to be the make or break. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. It's nearly impossible. Maybe Michael Phelps burning 15,000 calories a day, but for the average person that doesn't have 8 hours a day to train, like you can't out-exercise it. So you need to have a plan.
Yes.
And so, when you're getting into this new diet phase, it's important to have some real strategies. And the one study I love to share, and this was done at Oxford. They know a thing or two. And so there's, just for context, there's thousands of weight loss studies. Right. We've studied ketogenic diets, low-fat diets. We've studied intermittent fasting. There's studies on all of the how to lose weight. Right. And the sad part is, in today's day and age, it's not that we don't know enough about how to do it. Everybody knows you need to eat less calories than you burn in a given day, and the weight's going to go down. It's doing it that's the hard part.
Yes.
So why this Oxford study is groundbreaking is they, over thousands of people, the best two pieces of diet advice that they could give was the people that were successful was preparing meals in advance and having a daily checklist. Okay. And so if you just think about why does that work, if you're going to think about intentionally, what am I going to eat the next day? Right. Ideally do it when you're not super hungry. Right? Because that's when we start to make bad decisions when our tummy's talking. So we're preparing ahead. So I've got, this is my schedule for today. This is what we're going to eat, whether that's me or the family eats for breakfast. This is lunch. We're going to have dinner. These are snacks in case I get hungry. Because that's what you want to avoid, right? You want to avoid a situation where you're so hungry that you don't care.
Right.
Where that next meal comes from.
Yeah. So you're just going through that drive-through.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've prepared, if you've got some healthy snacks with you, it's easier to have that snack. And ideally all day, you don't get to the place where you're so hungry you don't care anymore.
Yes.
And so that's what we teach our clients is, be prepared, keep some snacks with you. That's what's great about, there's some really, protein bars have come a long ways in 20 years. It used to be like a block of clay and it was terrible. Now they're hard to tell the difference between an actual candy bar. Shakes are very good. You can do nuts or there's little protein packs nowadays. Like there's so many solutions out there for the people that are on the go that want to make diet changes. So step number one would just be to be intentional and to have a plan for the next day.
And I like that because I know myself, I'm on the go and I try and do that. I try and pack my little, if I know I'm going to be gone all day, I pack my little lunch bag, like I did when I was in the school, and I have my little snacks. And I'm a big person. I love like my almonds and cashews. Those, I can eat those where I'm driving, so it's a good thing for me. But preparing, sometimes people are like, okay, and now I've prepared these meals. And some people, I guess, use, Sundays as that. I'm one of those people that I'm different. I use Monday because Sunday, obviously, I'm working.
Sure, yeah. You're professional. It's a work day. Yeah.
It's a work day. So Monday is my day that I, kind of go to the store and get everything. Give us some tips about, we get to those stores and we, obviously right now inflation has really put a damper on our pocketbooks, and eating, we all think of eating healthy, that we have to eat organic and we have to, only buy organic, and that's so even more expensive than just the regular prices right now.
Yeah.
So
it's a common misconception that eating healthy is super expensive. You can save a lot of money eating healthy. Not to mention, like, I get to a total side tangent in that, eating healthy is preventative medicine.
Right.
You are not gonna, if obesity is the root cause of so many issues, heart disease, everything. So one, the money you might spend on the healthy diet, you might save in medical bills in your later years, right? So that's that aside. How do we save money like this week?
Yeah.
Produce is generally the cheapest thing in the store. So, you're going to eat, you want to buy, like, it's age-old advice, but you shop around the exterior of the grocery store. All of the highly processed foods are generally in the middle.
Yeah.
So, you're going to want to hit the lean protein section. I usually like to debunk the myth too that, red meat is bad for you. There's 10 different cuts of red meat. The higher the fat content, the higher it's going to have saturated fat. You want to stay away from that. But leaner red meats are good. Chickens are good. Turkeys, fish. The produce section, generally pretty inexpensive. You can really eat. And it's funny when we work with clients at Hidden Gym and they show us, okay, what's your daily intake? Generally, they don't track anything. So they underestimate how much that they eat. Right. And so we give them a meal plan that even if it's only, say, 2,000 calories, which isn't a lot, if you try to eat that out of all healthy foods, most of the time people can't finish their meal plan.
Yeah.
And so when you're buying these whole foods, like 1-2 ingredient type of foods, one, they're generally less expensive, and two, that they're going to have less calories, so you can eat more of it. But you brought up a good point, and that is the organic labeling.
Yes.
So this one, it drives me a little bit crazy, but there's 5 stages of organic. That manufacturers can adhere to. And so there's all these different levels. And in my opinion, as someone who's studied the subject a little bit, it's basically a license to double the price. It's really, until you get to like the most top certified organic, like the other versions of it are not far off what the general product is. And so that organic price is usually just a reason to drive the price up.
Because it has organic on the label.
Yeah, exactly. And the kicker of this, and this is a fun topic, it's kind of depressing if you're guilty of what I'm about to talk about, but Organic chocolate is still unhealthy. Organic pizza has just as many calories as the regular pizza. Like, just because they are maybe more organic sources doesn't mean that the calories and the fat content and all that is not going to hit you the same as the regular pizza. I know. It just feels like, oh, I'm getting away with something, yes. but you're not. It's you can't fall for that trick.
Oh. I was thinking I was doing something good.
The organic blueberry muffin, you can still have a muffin top from organic muffins. So.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's great because, again, we go to the store and then, we're trying to get healthy and feel healthy. And we are like, well, the regular tomato is a lot cheaper than the organic tomato or or even when you go to the chicken and things like that, you're like, okay, I can buy the organic's like twice the amount, and the regular's on sale.
Yeah.
It's buy one, get one free.
Yeah. And not to say that there isn't a difference, but I like to let people know that there's lots of different levels. Right. And I don't have it memorized, so I can't say exactly, but unless you're getting like whatever the fifth iteration is, the difference is very, very minimal.
Very. Well, let's talk about some of your favorite things to prepare, when you're going to the store and you're preparing your meals. What are some, and viewers are all out there looking that they're trying to do something quick, maybe that's family friendly, that everyone, I'll talk about my household. I've got a lot of meat eaters. Myself, I don't eat as much meat. And I eat more vegetables. Some of them don't. I try to sneak that stuff in. So, let's talk about, quick, easy, efficient, but healthy.
Yeah, sure. And also too, I think it's worth saying, you can eat out. Like, part of when I say preparation, people are like, well, I don't want to be the guy that carries around my food all day. Right. By preparing just might mean, where are you going to be, and can you eat? Is there a healthy option nearby? When you're going to have a lunch meeting, do you pick a restaurant that has, grilled salmon and vegetables for lunch, right, versus the burger joint where you probably can't get? Maybe you get a salad or something, But
well, and to your point, I always look at the menus before. If I know I'm going to this restaurant for lunch or this restaurant for dinner, I always get online, check out what's there. Already have perceived what I probably am going to order. Just so then, a lot of times they'll modify. So, because I'm very picky. I know people that know me are shocked for when I say that. And so I'll customize my order. I'm that nightmare.
Sure. So. No, but it's, you really have no excuse nowadays, because so many restaurants have healthy options. Yes. We've kind of demonized them. Yeah. McDonald's probably getting the brunt of it when like Supersized Meat comes out. But, so like society has kind of blamed fast food, and in response, fast food has healthy options. They've been required to put calories next to the food, which is helpful. Yeah, the Big Mac 1,300, grilled chicken sandwich 400, pretty easy to weigh that out for the layman. So you really have no excuse. Like, just, if you're someone that's on the road a lot or doesn't want to prepare, but and has, especially people that we've got a lot of clients that get a stipend to eat out. And they're like, I have money to eat out. What, so I'll do it. Right. Like, yeah, sure. So just get really good at menus, and how to navigate those menus and stick to your plan. So, and Starbucks is great. I send to clients that that love their Starbucks. Just be careful with the liquid calories. Adding in syrups and whole milks and all these things can turn a 50 calorie coffee into a 400 calorie coffee. You can get egg white bites, which are the best. They're delicious, and they're like 20 grams of protein. They've got a couple little veggies in there. I mean, it might cost you $10-12 for a coffee and some egg white bites, but it's a super healthy breakfast that takes 5 minutes. Yep. But yeah, back to your question. We like to prepare meals in advance. It's just like, that's our healthy lifestyle. It's just how we've been doing it. But we grill up food and like chicken and beef, and we'll cook brown rice and a mixture of vegetables, and we kind of just plug and play throughout the week. And then
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I love that, because you can do my one son loves his little rice cooker, so he'll cook rice in that rice cooker, and then use that rice for dinner, and then he likes to use it again for breakfast or lunch.
Sure. Leftovers are great.
So nothing like a little fried rice.
Sure. Babe, whatever you like, and there's also like nowadays there's meal prep companies out there. Right. If you really don't want to cook or go to the grocery store or clean, we use a meal prep company called Icon Meals, and they deliver our food, and we don't eat it for every meal, but it's nice to have a fridge full of healthy meals that are ready to roll. And those options didn't exist 10 years ago, certainly not 50 years ago.
No.
So there's, I like to tell people if you're dedicated to do it, there is no excuse that you want to be able to stick to a healthy meal plan nowadays.
Oh, definitely. With all the options out there, you don't have to be the, gourmet chef to, eat healthy.
No, I can attest to that. I am far from, it sounds like your son could cook circles around me. I can basically cook eggs and work the grill. And outside of that, thank God my wife can help fill in the blanks there.
Yes, I have my personal chef at home.
I'm going to come over for those post-tennis snacks. I heard about them. If you're watching, I'm coming over.
Yes, definitely. No, and he does like to cook the healthy stuff as well. I mean, he's, he likes to make himself his chicken and, steaks, but fish, but he does like to also offset with the brownies.
But to use him as an example for two things. One, people think about okay, I got to go on this diet. And if I eat really strict for 4 weeks, maybe I'll lose 2 pounds. That's depressing, right?
Yes.
But what people don't realize, the instant gratification that comes with dieting is you feel so much better. I just wish that I could, let someone feel it for a little bit. Because, in a normal diet, when you overeat for lunch, then you have the crash and you're up and down all day, or, you're eating a ton of carbs for breakfast and no protein. So your blood sugar crashes and you feel bad. And it's just, if you can really have a balanced diet throughout the day, healthy proteins, complex carbs, vegetables, you're just running on race gas all day. Your energy levels are higher, you feel better. You're less full, and it just snowballs into the rest of your life, much like an athlete would, like your son. Yes. And then 2, what also, using your son as an example, he's rewarding himself with something that he likes. Yes. I love brownies and cookies and all that stuff just as much as the next person. But you gotta have it in moderation, earn it. Yeah. Don't have it every day. It's a treat. It's not a daily thing.
Right. And of course, my house is, he makes it, so then it's there, and you've got to prioritize the rest of your day's meal. And I plan that, so I plan my rest of my breakfast is healthy, my lunch is healthy, my dinner, and then I cheat. My reward.
Yeah, but it's like spending money. I mean, if you budgeted for it, then it's okay.
Oh, I like that tip. Budgeting for your meals.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you can't run the credit card all day. You're going to end up having some problems, right?
Yes.
So. But if you budget, if you can kind of account for 2,500 calories for a day and you've only eaten 1,800, well, you can have some dessert after dinner. You have room in the budget.
Yep. Well, I like that. Well, let's summarize kind of our points today for our viewers to take away. So first of all, prepare yourself, whether you're just mentally prepare yourself for your meals during the week. Whether doesn't mean you have to cook them or everything. Just prepare what you're going to eat. Nothing like, plan out your calendar for what you're doing that week. You should be planning what you're going to be eating, because eating is very important.
Yeah.
And then grocery shopping, don't be misconceived that, you have to buy everything organic. You can, still eat healthy without the organic label.
Yeah.
And then don't think that you can eat more of it if it has the organic label.
Sure. Two important lessons there.
And then, but I like the entering the budget. Budget yourself. So just like you budget yourself with spending, budget yourself on your eating. So if you can have that little reward at the end of the day. So I love it. I love it. Well, viewers, I hope you are ready for this August and getting back into routine from vacation time. Thank you, Greg. It's been great. Cheers. And healthy eating.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to contact Kimberly with your real estate needs, you can reach her at kimberlywoodard.ebby.com. We hope you enjoyed our guest this week, and remember, don't just love your home, love your community.